You all, I'm Teacher Joan Nachanzi. We are going to continue from where we stopped last time, and our topic was computer communication. But before actually we proceed from where we stopped, I want us to have a recap on what we looked at last time. So can we have some members to share with us, especially those who are around in the previous lesson? You discuss with us what you remember about the last lesson we had. So the topic is computer communication. Maybe to remind you a bit, we looked at computer communication and we looked at its definition. So I expect one of you to give us what he or she thinks about the definition of computer communication. Then we looked at different terminologies under this topic, and one was computer network. We looked at encoding, transmission, decoding, telecommunication, teleprocessing, downloading, uploading, and throughput. So I would like to get one of you. Patrick was around in the previous lesson. Who else? Sandra. So you give us what you can utter out about what I've just given you. To start with, computer communication, and others that weren't available, you can as well contribute, because these things are not new. You know, we know what computer is and we can tell what communication is. So you can combine the two and give us what you think about computer communication. Yes, Senyange.
Computer communication is the transmission of data and information over a channel between two computers.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So we said that computer communication involves transmission of data and information over a channel between two computers. And with this, we said that you should not miss out transmission. You should not miss out what you're transmitting. That's data and information. And what are you using to transmit this? That's the channel. And then you're transmitting the data and information between two computers. Mark Davis, you have something to say?
I
Please
don't
go
have.
ahead. You don't have? Okay.
Yeah, because
Apart
I was
from,
not around.
oh, all right, no problem. Apart from
Yeah.
computer communication, we looked at computer network. Who remembers what we said about computer network? Yes? Patrick, your mic is unmuted. Can you say something about computer network?
Computer network is a collection of two or more computers and devices connected by channels.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that input. We said that computer network, just like he has said, when you're dealing with a computer network, you have to talk of 2 or more computers because you cannot network one computer. You need 2 or more computers and devices, and these devices should be connected by channels, and the purpose of connecting these devices is to communicate with each other and sharing resources. So when you connect your computers onto the network, you expect these computers to communicate with each other and share resources. And we said that we have some examples of the resources that can be shared by these 2 computers. We have data, we have software, we have peripheral devices, so you can share such resources on the computer once they are connected. Right, and we also talked about encoding, decoding. We can end with that. Someone to talk about encoding and decoding. One is the opposite of the other. Senyange, you seem to drop something.
Encoding. This is the process through which information is sending device converted into signals.
Okay.
Maybe I remember that.
Thank you. So we said that encoding, it actually involves the process through which information from the sending device is converted into signals which the communication medium can carry. So in summary, encoding involves conversion of signals from digital to analog signal. Then when we talk of decoding, it's the opposite. If encoding involves conversion from digital to analog, then decoding will be analog to digital. So you're converting the signals back to its original form. So today we are going to look at, we are going to continue from where we stopped. Let me first share my screen so that you will be in position to see. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
No, teacher.
No. Okay, let me reshare. Are you now able to see the screen?
Yes, teacher.
Then others?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. On the terminologies, we looked at the terminologies in the previous lesson, and we are continuing with the last terminology. We stopped at data encryption in the previous lesson. Those who aren't around, you will go back in the group. I shared there some notes, the notes that we discussed about in the previous lesson. So you will go check on the notes from there. And today we are continuing from where we stopped. From data encryption, we look at communication software. So we look at communication software, and this will involve the instructions. We all know that software is a set of instructions. So when you talk of communication software, you start off with software that is needed by a computer before communication takes place. So communication software refers to a set of instructions needed by a computer before it starts sending and receiving data from other computers. So you will need these instructions that are installed on the computer to make sure that sending and receiving of data from other computers to and from other computers is dealt with, is done properly. And now we continue. Our topic, remember, is computer communication. So we are going to look at the importances of computer communication. To remind you, we said that computer communication involves transmission of data and information over a channel between two or more computers. That's computer communication. So can we have some views from you about the importances of computer communication according to you? Yes, importances of computer communication. Okay, can we have someone to read for us what you're seeing on your screen?
Me, teacher.
Yes, go ahead.
It allows sharing of hardware.
Oh, okay, let's have Sandra first. Sandra, can you read for us the first importance?
It allows sharing of hardware like printers.
It allows sharing of hardware like printers. All right,
Yeah.
so when we talk about, thank you, when we talk about computer communication, the first importance we look at is sharing of hardware like printers. So when when you're dealing with computer communication, you remember you're having two or more computers that are communicating to each other. And so this will help you share some hardware components or hardware devices. For instance, here we have an example of a printer. So you can share, you can be with 20 computers in a computer lab with only one printer, and this printer is able to serve the 20 computers. In other words, you can print out your document from any of the 20 computers using the same printer. And this will actually help you reduce on the cost, because if it was a computer with its printer, you're having 20 computers, it means you will need 20 printers for those 20 computers. But this computer communication will make it easy for you to use only one printer. So you're sharing a hardware, which is the printer, with very many computers. Can you have someone else to read for us the next importance?
Yes, me, teacher.
Yes, Patrick.
It allows sharing of software between two or more computers, hence reducing no cost.
Hence reducing
no cost. Hence
Okay.
reducing on cost.
Perfect. So the word is on, not no. So the next importance we are looking at here is allowing the sharing of software between two or more computers. Can we have someone else to talk about this, to explain it briefly? We make the class interactive. Using the knowledge that we have about the first point, can we have someone explain the second point? All right, when talk of sharing software between two or more computers, hence reducing on cost, there is no vocabulary in this point. First, software, we know that we have a number of software that we use and that we install on our computers. So if you purchase a package of a software and you install it on one computer, you can actually use that same package to install on other computers. So you can use one package of software to be installed on the computers you have in your lab or you have at your station. And in that, you will be reducing on the cost because these software packages are bought, they are purchased. So you purchase one instead of purchasing 20 for 20 computers, you purchase one and use it to be installed on the 20 computers. Are we together?
Yes, teacher.
All right, so we move on to the next point. Hope, can you read for us the next importance?
Facilitate communications between people, such as e.g. through electronic mail.
Okay, facilitates communication between people, and the example they have given us is the email, electronic mail. So with computer communication, you can actually do the communication between people. You can send someone an email and you get the feedback from that person. So in that, you're communicating. You communicate with your friend, you send your friend an email and then you get it back. It is facilitated by computer communication. Mark Davis, can you read for us the very first point up? I want everyone to contribute to add out at least something. Can you have someone to read for us the first point up if you've not said anything before?
I read.
Yes, go ahead.
It allows sharing and transfer of data and information stored on other computers on the same network.
Thank you. So this same computer communication will allow sharing and transferring of data and information stored on other computers on the network. So you have your computers on the network. These computers will be in position to share data and information. So you can actually get data and information from other computers. But these computers should also be connected on the network. So you have your computer that is connected and there are other computers that are also connected. It means that the transfer of data and information, if you have a file, for example, you have a file of computer notes. There is a file on computer notes or of computer notes on computer B, and your computer is A, you'll be able to transfer that file from that computer to your own computer if both computers are connected on the network, and that is another importance of computer communication. You'll be in position to share the notes if your computers are all connected on the network. So basing on the advantages we've had so far, you see that at least each point has gotten the word sharing. It deals more with sharing. So River, you asked about the importance of computer communication. And since we said in our definition that one of the aim of computer communication is to share resources. So whenever a question comes across to you asking for importances, sharing should come into your minds first, and then you think of what is being shared or under computer communication. For example, we've had that we share data and information, we share hardware, we share software. So you're already having like 3 points that have gotten the same terminology sharing. Then you think of facilitating communication between computers and other points as we look ahead. So we move forward. Another one to read for us. The next importance we have on board. Henry, your hand is up. Would you like to read?
Okay, let me read. Computer communication has security and tight control measures over data access.
Oh, thank you. So under computer communication, you can actually secure your data. You can secure your data. So it has gotten security and tight control measures over data access. Once data is secured, an authorized individual will not be in position to access that data. So if you're not authorized, if you're not allowed to access data that is secured, it means you'll not be in position to access that data. And it also collaborative research. For example, what we are doing here, we are learning online, isn't it? And what we are using is computer communication. So it helps in online teaching and learning. Then collaborative research, you can as well do your research collaboratively using computer communication. Next importance, Bridget, can you read for us what you have on your screen?
Has enabled provides for online employment, e.g. telecommunicating.
You are breaking. Can you reread for us, please?
Okay. Has improved travel since through. Has improved travel service through e-bookings and e-reservations. Provides for online employment, e.g. telecommunicating.
Okay, thank you so much. The word is telecommuting, I think. So to start with, the advantage that is up, it's saying that computer communication has enabled improved travel services through e-booking and e-reservation. Can we have someone to tell us what e-booking and e-reservation, actually what e represents in this? We have e-bookings. Then we are seeing e-reservation. What do we mean in computer by this E that we are seeing on booking and reservation? Who can tell us what it means? Yes, Henry, your hand is up.
Yeah, that E means like like something in marketing or like getting e-booking. It's something for like you say. I don't know how to explain it. Like something doing with commerce, trade and commerce.
Okay. Okay, thanks for that input. Christine, your hand is up. Tell us.
E means electronics.
Okay, thank you. So we've just actually had some importance, and in that importance, we've talked about electronic mail. And electronic mail in short is email. So you could actually know that this E means electronic. So we are talking of electronic bookings here. We are talking of electronic reservations. So computer communication can actually be used or has actually helped in improving travel services. For example, you could be going to maybe Lila and then make up a call for a reservation. So in that process, you're doing what we call a reservation. You've not gone there physically to ask for a reservation, but you've used computer communication to do it. And then you can as well use computer communication for a booking in any place. For example, you could be having a conference in certain hotel. You can use computer communication to order for bookings. So it has improved the travel services through that. When we talk of travel services, basically that's transportation. Yeah, if you're going to be transported to some place and you need to book, you need to have a reservation, you just use computer communication and then go ahead. And then the other importance here we have is providing online employment, for example, telecommuting. So this computer communication has helped many of us to get employed online. For example, what we are doing actually here, I'm teaching, but I'm teaching online. So I'm being employed to teach online. So if it wasn't for computer communication, there is no way we could communicate, or there is no way I could communicate with you people. But because it is in place, we are employed online. And when we talk of telecommuting, because it's what we have there as the example, yeah, it can include actually getting employed online. You get employed online and you can have examples. For example, what I'm doing here, I'm teaching online. The web developers also use telecommuting. So we are looking ahead on the limitations of computer communication. But before, can we have a summary of the importances? Can we have a summary of what we've looked at so far? Hope, yes.
Computer communication provides for online employment, such as telecommuting.
Thank you. She has started off with the last one we've had. Online employment has been provided by computer communication, and we've given an example of telecommuting where we've said that it involves actually employing people online. When you employ an individual online, you expect that person to work from home. So that person is making use of the internet, making use of the telephone, the phone, of course, connected on the internet, and the email to make sure that he or she is able to work from home. Yes, Patrick, your mic is unmuted. Can you give us another importance that we've looked at?
Booking and reservation.
Your internet is unstable. Henry, can you give us your take?
It facilitates communication between people through emails.
Thank you. It facilitates communication. And the example we had is the email, electronic mail. Any other? Sandra, what do you have about the importances?
It enabled improved trans. It has enabled improved. It allows sharing and transfer of data and information stored on other computer on the network.
Okay, thank you. She has talked of sharing of data and information from other computers that are also connected on the network. Any other that is being left out? Can we proceed?
Yes, teacher.
Right. Now we look at the limitations of computer communication. We've looked at the merits of computer communication, but it doesn't mean that this computer communication has gotten no limitations. So we look at whatever that is limiting this computer communication. The very first point here, could we have someone to read for us? Yes, Henry.
Data theft. If a computer is a standalone, physical access becomes necessary for any kind of data theft. However, if a computer is on a network, a computer hacker can get illegal access.
Right, so we talk of data theft, and we proceed that we have hackers, and these hackers are individuals that can actually get the access of your information, of your data without your permission. So that person that can illegally access your data is a hacker. And so if your computer is connected on the network, it will be very easy for that individual to access your data. So that's the first limitation of computer communication, that very many people have lost their data. Very many people have actually gotten the accessibility from other people's work because of computer communication. Once a computer is connected on the network, it will be very easy for the hacker to get the access, which access is illegal. So that makes the data theft very easy. We have another limitation. Can we have someone read for us? Mark Davis, can you read for us? Hope your hand is up. Can you read for us what you're seeing on your screen?
Rapid spread of computer viruses. If any computer system in a network gets infected by computer virus, there is a possible threat of other systems getting infected.
Thank you. So the other limitation is there is rapid spread of computer viruses. So since these computers are connected on the network, if one of the computers is affected by any virus, it will be very easy for other computers to also get affected. So these systems are basically connected, and once one is affected, it will spread that virus to other systems in the other computers. So making the spread of computer viruses very rapid. We continue with other limitations. We have expensive setup here. So the initial costs are actually very high when you're setting up your computers on the network. That's what we mean here by expensive setup. The setting up of the computers on the network will be high, and this will also depend on the number of computers that you're connecting. So you will need to purchase those computers. You need to get a channel that you're going to use. You need to get some media, actually that's the other channel. So you'll find that you need a lot of money as the initial cost to make sure that you set up your computers on the network. We have dependency. Who can read for us that point? Sandra, can you read for us that point of dependence?
Dependency on the main file server. In case the main frame file server of a computer network breaks down, the system becomes useless.
Thank you. Here we talk of dependence on the main file server. When you're connecting your computers on the network, you will need that server, computer server, and if this server gets any problem, I'm getting some feedback. Sandra, can you please mute your mic? I'm getting some echo. Mute your mic for now. You will unmute it when you're going to speak. Okay, I think the noise in the background is sorted. So we are talking of the dependency on the main file server. So we have said that when you're connecting your computers on the network, you will need a computer that is going to act as the server. And if this server gets any problem, this is the one that is suffering all the computers on the network, all the computers, and therefore if it breaks down, it means the whole system is going to be rebooted, and the whole system will become useless.
Network, huh?
All right, so apart from the dependence and other limitations we've looked at, we also have the exposure to external exploits. Exposure to external exploits, and someone on a different computer can send data to the other computer in such a way to attack that very computer. So there are some external exploits when you connect your computers on the network. So if you're seated on computer A and you want to make computer B, to exploit computer B, by exploiting, you can exploit it by making it slow down. You can actually take control of it, because all these computers are connected. You can as well crash that computer. So by this is done by sending some data to the computer that you want to crash, which is a disadvantage or a limitation to computer communication. So when you're connecting your computers on the network, you expect because you connect them them to the external. An individual can use that opportunity to crash all your computers. So we look at another Another disadvantage, another limitation, before the computer networks can fail, there is some other limitation that involves automatic downloads. When your computers are connected on the network, there are some downloads that will come automatically, and not all these downloads are good. Actually, some of these downloads may include some malware, some viruses, which will automatically which will affect your computers. So it's very easy for those automatic downloads to come and intervene your work on the computer. And for example, on those computers that are connected to the network, if you tend to install a new software and you have not tested this software, it might actually cause unacceptable behavior. It affects some other systems that may include viruses that affect your network. And we can look at this limitation, the very last one, I think. We can have someone read for us that limitation. Sandra, since you failed to unmute your mic, can you please read for us that limitation? Sandra, are you on? Henry, yes, Henry.
Computer networks can fail. Computer networks can be so powerful and useful that it is very vital
For them to be used.
all of the computers in an office building might become
Completely useless.
If a
Proceed,
single
Auntie.
network component fails.
Oh, thank you. So we see that it is very easy for our computer networks to fail. And this is brought by the power. Computer networks can be so powerful and useful that is very vital for them to be used. But if all the computers in the building, if there is one single network that fails, the system, the whole system in the same building, or it can be an office, it can be a school laboratory, computer lab, the whole system will actually fail. So it is very easy for the computer networks to fail. Can we have some questions?
What is malware?
Oh, okay. Thank you for that question. We talked, actually, I talked about malware somewhere, but this is a virus. A malware is a virus. However, it is specifically designed to disrupt or damage your computer system. So a malware, you can say that it is a software that is specifically designed to disrupt or damage your computer system, and it actually gains unauthorized access to a computer system. You do not need to give it the right to access your computer system. It just comes and then disorganizes everything. Malware is an example of a virus. Thank you for that question. I hope I've answered it. Any other question? Okay, since there are no more questions, I think we can stop here for today and then await for the next engagement. Thanks for attending.
Thank you, madam.
All right, welcome.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome.
Have a good day.